Hey y'all, it's Alicia and Shamri, and we are back. And as you can see, actually, this is being, you probably can't tell, but this is being filmed in real time as opposed to pre recorded. It's been a very odd 10-day period. I did have videos pre recorded for Wednesday and Sunday, and folks, the truth is, I just deleted them. I think in light of everything that was going on, I just felt like they just felt very empty to me, the two videos. And you know, I don't edit my videos. I record them, and it's not that I don't have projects done. I had a lot of stuff to show you. I have beautiful altered mixed media boxes that are super cool. I was excited to show you some pinwheels that, I liked. I did an experimentation where I made this like file folder thing for flat mail based on a tutorial online, and it was really cool, and I think these are great and they look super cute. I mean, they definitely aren't perfect. They don't look like the Posh Paper Lady's perfection, but I like the aestheticism of it. I think now, having made one of these, I would make some modifications, but they're super cool for flat mail, like super cool. They look really interesting. They're fun to decorate, and I like the look of them. So, and then I had like embellishments. So I had like so many things I could have shared with you that I really liked. And yet, why didn't I? Why did I delete those videos instead of keeping them up? It's funny. It was such a funny week. Well, as you all know, we are in the midst of making a huge transition. And just as that happened, the number of COVID cases here drastically increased. And I know we have a lot of subscribers in Florida. So we went up to like 27,000 cases a day as of yesterday. So in the midst of us trying to make this planning and doing this transition, our cases skyrocketed. Now, if you all remember, on the worst days in New York, it was 18,000, 20-something thousand. We've now exceeded that in Florida. So everything changed overnight, especially for those of us who are a little bit more vulnerable because we didn't get immunity from the vaccine. So there was that on the table, which meant that we had to rethink everything, and that caused everything to go into chaos. So that was one reason why I sort of felt like, looking at those videos, that it was kind of empty to upload them, because there's real stuff happening in the world, and I know we all come here for a break from that real stuff, but I was like, am I really going to do a video about embellishments when there's all this craziness happening? One of the things I do here is that, we often just keep it real. So I just didn't feel comfortable uploading them. And then right in that period, I got notification that both Shamri and I were directly exposed to COVID. And it's through something that we do weekly. It's outdoors. I always wear a mask, but still. And that even caused more chaotic commotion. So I think I just didn't feel comfortable uploading them. And that made me think about, like, okay, what are your values right now? I mean, clearly it's about making sure everyone is safe in my family, making sure that the people I care about are safe in COVID, making sure I stay healthy, or as healthy as I can be when we're in another resurgence of the pandemic. But it's also about keeping it real. And so I spent sort of the week reflecting, actually, instead of just reflecting. I didn't organize. All the things that I should be doing for this transition, I just put brakes on, because the reality is we don't know now what's going to happen with this transition because of the caseload. It's that serious for my health anyway. So I had to do some thinking about what my values are. Why do I do these videos? What do I hope that they achieve? And I think I watched two really important videos on YouTube, and I'm going to link one of them, who speaks so eloquently about it. Her name is Breanne, I think I'm pronouncing that right, Breanne Brown, who talks about like having the courage. If courage is a value of yours in your life, especially as a maker, having the courage to be vulnerable and to be real, and when you come on somewhere like here, to bring your real self, as opposed to some glossy version. So I'm glad I eliminated those videos, because they would have gone up and everything would have looked perfect when nothing here is perfect at the moment. Nothing. So I'm glad I didn't do that. I'll put a link to her video. Everyone who makes YouTube videos should watch this, and I'll tell you why. Because she talks specifically about the critics that come on to places like YouTube and Instagram, the people that or what we call backseat critics, who always have a lot of negativity, or the people that thumbs down a video that's super sweet. She addresses all that, and how she copes and how she deals with that as an innovator and a maker. And that if you have the courage to come into this arena, that's fantastic. That should be enough. And that the people who are critical of that shouldn't really be a factor. They always have a seat at the table, but that's not what you should be focused on. But anyway, I don't want to get off onto a tangent. That would be a whole other video. But I do strongly encourage you, if you make videos or you post on Instagram, to watch her talk. It's worth it, folks. It's actually really eye-opening, and she frames everything so logically, and it suddenly like a light bulb goes off and you go, that makes so much sense. But I did want to keep it real. One of my values is courage. So I didn't want to upload all these great project shares and be like, life is fine. Life is not fine. It's not fine for anybody in Florida. And it's not just in Florida. So things are chaotic here and up in the air and stressful. And so I want to be upfront with you about that, rather than just coming on and being all glossy. How we're going to traverse this strange period, I don't yet know. I really don't. I don't think anyone does. We're going to take it a day at a time, and we're going to do our best to get through it like everyone else. And we're going to do our best to care for our community while we're doing it. That doesn't mean I won't post any videos. It just means that I think I have to be comfortable that I'm being real while doing it, as opposed to just being like, look at this beautiful project. I mean, look, I actually really love these, but I didn't want to come on and be like, hey, I really love these, and pretend like life is usual. Life is anything but usual at the moment. So now that I've come clean about that, I will say these little file folders, as imperfect as they are, and they are imperfect. Like if the Posh Paper Lady were doing this, she'd be very annoyed by some of the problems. But I will say they are adorable, like aesthetically. And I think a really great way to send flat mail. Clearly I've already put a hole in for the eyelid. I'm gonna have a dangle. I think these are great. And these are really easy to make. So I'll put a link to the tutorial I followed for this. And I think it's a great tutorial and it's really easy. And I use dollar store file folders. So if you have those in your stash, wow, this is a really easy and fun project. So that's my keeping it real video. I have to sort of rethink about how to do things, project shares, tutorials, ideas, while also keeping it real here. Because that's always been at the root of why I do this, right? Is talking to you straight. So nothing is normal, everything is chaotic, and somehow we're going to traverse this hot mess. And while we're doing that, I guess we'll take you along for the ride, and I'll post when I feel like I guess it's okay to post. And that's, yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for spending some time with me. I wanted to give you a real update and let you know what's happening. And until our next video, stay safe, folks, especially those of us in Florida. Stay safe, and the Carolinas too. Stay safe. Wash your hands tons. Wash your hands tons and socially distance. All right, y'all. Take real good care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.